Hello. As you can see below, I am Princess Wow, also known as Mindy Fradkin. I go by both. I have an AKA, and we raise awareness to the healing power of a genuine smile. If you've never been on my show before, I'm an entertainer, hat designer, singer songwriter. Let's see, what else am I? I wrote a one woman show with my director in Los Angeles before the pandemic and toured with my Ageless Wonder show pre-pandemic. And once the pandemic hit, I started immediately, like the first week of lockdown in New York. I'm in New York, not the city. I'm in Hudson Valley, New York. And I started a show to help people smile. This is my 140th show. And I used to have a radio show promoting the Smile Revolution years ago. And so I used to interview musicians and artists and authors doing uplifting projects and art. And so I got back into it the last year. And I really love getting back into doing interviews. So let's see here. It's National Poetry Month. And so the other day I went to see a wonderful documentary that's going to be actually on PBS nationwide. I don't have the date yet. I know I'm a personal friend of the filmmaker Nora Jacobson, and it was screening nearby here. Ruth Stone's Vast Library of the Female Mind. So check it out when it comes out on PBS, and it's a wonderful film. And I never knew about Ruth Stone. She's legendary. However, she wasn't famous. However, she was legendary, and now she's getting more famous with this film. Let's see who's on here. Alan, hi, thank you. Mazel tov, thank you. So I'll give you a little bit of, since it's National Poetry Month, I'm going to give you a little bit of history about Ruth Stone. Her book, she passed away in 2011 at 96, and her books of poetry include What Love Comes To, New and Selected Poems, Copper Canyon Press, 2008, a finalist for the 2009 Pulitzer Prize in the Next Galaxy, 2002 National Book Award, Ordinary Words, National Book Critics Circle. She won all these awards, 2 Guggenheim Fellowships. She lived in Vermont since 1957. She got the Vermont Surf Award for Lifetime Achievement in the Arts. And I'm going to read one of her poems. And I have a wonderful guest tonight. It's pre-recorded. I was in her, she's a British outsider artist and curator, Sue Kreitzman, amazing person. I was at her museum studio that will soon be no longer in New York City. She'll be moving, and her husband, they'll be moving full-time to London, East London, which they've been living for about 40 years. And so I'll be playing that shortly. Okay, the interview I did with her last week. Okay, so this is Ruth Stone called poem In the Next Galaxy. Things will be different. No one will lose their sight, their hearing, their gallbladder. It will be all Catskills with brand new wraparound verandas. The idea of Hitler will not have vibrated yet, while back here, they are still cleaning out pockets of wrinkled Nazis hiding in Argentina. But in the next galaxy, certain planets will have true blue skies and drinking water. So she wrote that in 2002, kind of apropos right now, too. And an anonymous smile poem that a listener sent me years ago when I had my radio show. A smile is something nice to see. It doesn't cost a cent. A smile is something all your own. It never can be spent. A smile is welcome anywhere. It does away with frowns. A smile is good for everyone to ease life's ups and downs. Now, I don't smile all the time. Do you? Some people do, but it's about giving and receiving smiles. And there's always good going on. So there's always something to be grateful for that helps you smile. And so let's see. Somebody wants to say hello. Gumby wants to give you a big smile and a hug. And Miss Wow wants to say hi. She always likes to get in the action here. Now, this is a picture of me and the smile bag. I have a smile bag, and it's from when I was wearing a pink. I have all these wigs, but this is my real hair. This is from a pink wig of mine and my orange dress. I love orange and pink. And so this is from me. And she just wants to say hi to everybody and give them a smile. And let's see. And this was made for me years ago. Wow is now. And let's see, what else do I have here? Fun to show you. Oh, and we're just having fun. We need more fun in the world, don't you think? I think we do. Okay, so now the next thing is I do have a poem that Sue Kreitzman wrote, and I'm going to give you some information a little bit before I have her on pre-recorded. Oh, actually, okay, hold on one sec. Okay, and The World According to Mr. Rogers. As human beings, our job in life is to help people realize how rare and valuable each one of us really is, that each of us has something that no one else has or ever will have, something inside that is unique to all time. It's our job to encourage each other to discover that uniqueness and to provide ways of developing its expression. And let's see, Age Doesn't Matter Unless You're a Cheese by Catherine and Ross Petras, Wisdom from Our Elders. Comedian Don Rickles, the old days were the old days, and they were great days, but now is now. And Kindness Every Day, a journal. Who wrote this? Chronicle Books, Kindness Every Day. Winston Churchill said, by swallowing evil words unsaid, no one has ever harmed his stomach. And William Shakespeare said, how far that little candle throws his beams, so shines a good deed in a naughty world. Okay, now, let's see. Oh, I'm just going to tell you really quick. I feed my birds in my backyard. It's just a quick little story. And from my neighbor who lived in my apartment before me, left me this flower wreath, a fake flower wreath. And I thought it was just a gift. Well, these birds keep flying on my deck. And just last week, after 2.5 years, I started looking carefully. And these birds kept flying on top of the wreath. And all of a sudden, I said, is there a bird's nest on top of that wreath? And I kept looking, and I stood up on my chair with a mirror, and I looked down, and there was a bird's nest with an egg in it. And I was shocked because my former neighbor never told me that's why he left it. I texted him, and he said, that's why I left it. I was like, I didn't even know. And so now I have a bird family, mother and father. The mother sits on the egg all day long, but if I get anywhere near the deck, she runs off. But anyway, it's really sweet. Now I have a bird family that I know about. They've been there for years, and now I know I have one. And so now I'm more careful about feeding them every day in my backyard. So, okay. So Sue Kreitzman, I have to hold it one second. I have a poem that she wrote today. What I do with it? Okay. I'm going to tell you about Sue before. Oh, okay. I have a poem that she wrote that she just posted. I'm going to share it with you in a minute, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. Well, Sue Kreitzman was born in Washington Heights, New York. And she married Steve, she's married to Steve, a research director at the Howard Foundation. They have one son, Sean. They live in East London and New York. Well, she's soon to be full-time in East. They are still they're moving full-time to East London after 40 years being in 2 countries. She was a 4th grade teacher, chef, and food writer before becoming an artist. She worked in the Georgia public school system in the late 60s during integration and was the first white teacher in an all-black school. While on maternity leave, with her son, she started cooking and then she left her teaching career and became a cook. She wrote 27 cookbooks and food articles for major publications. So Kreitzman joined Britain's outsider art scene when she was 58 years old, painting with nail polish and using abandoned scraps and items to create her art. She actually is one of the founding members of the Colorwalk, it's called, Colorwalk at Spitafields Market, a group of East London artists who I'm virtually a part of, and I've interviewed some of them if you've seen my show. I've interviewed about 5 of them, and there's a lot. Sue told me there's up to 80 now, and they're famous. People come from all over the world. One day I need to get there live, but I'm now, I think, officially a part of the group because of meeting Sue last week. And her own clothing is made from fabrics curated at flea markets and secondhand shops. And she showed her first exhibit in 2005 at the Raw Arts exhibit. In 2008, she curated and formed the Wild Old Woman, WOW, exhibit in Nova's gallery, bringing together 14 self-taught older female artists, and on and on and on. And the thing is, her website's amazing. And after going to the Women's Music Summit in Bearsville Theater in Woodstock recently, I'm really focusing more on women, but not always. I have actually an amazing London artist next week on my show, who I'll be telling you about a little bit. But I'm not going to be only showing women, featuring women, but I want to focus more on women because for centuries it's been a boys' club. So I feel like women need more attention and focus on their work. So Sue actually posted this poem today, Beige, and then I'm going to have her on. I'm going to have my interview on in a minute. Beige, ashen and sepia, boring and creepier, spiritless, driveling, lifeless and shriveling, ecru and sand, dusty and bland, snuff-colored drab, dingy and bad. Banish the beige, forget about grayish. Make it bright, an abundance of light, intensely glowing, rainbows flowing. Garish and crude, improves any mood. Paint, stain, and blush, no colorless mush. Chromatically flagrant, pigmentally radiant. Polychromia, chromophilia. Love of life versus necrophilia. Spread the chroma, scatter hue. Make the world better for me and you and for you. So I just caught that this afternoon, so I figured I'd share that with you. Okay, so I'm going to do the interview. I've got photos I took from her museum studio, which is amazing. Oh, and I've got to show you all the necklace I got from her, if you can see it over my mic. It's cats and 2 dogs, and she makes these amazing neck shrines. And this is not a neck shrine, but you'll see it on her. But this is one of her neck pieces, which I love. It's hard for me not to wear it. And I got some bracelets. She didn't make these, but I got some great bracelets as well. So anyway, I'm going off, and I'm going to show you the interview. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I'm going off the air now. Hello, this is Princess Wow, also known as Mindy Fradkin, the Smile Revolution show. And guess where I am today? I'm in Manhattan. You ever heard of it? We raise awareness to the healing power of a genuine smile. And I am at Sue Kreitzman's, I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
Absolutely right.
Okay, Kreitzman's art studio. Am I calling it right?
It's a studio,
a museum, gallery, living place museum.
Me and some of my folk art friends.
And Sue Kreitzman. She's coming on to tell you in a second, but I'm on location, and I'm pre-recording this. I'll be letting you all know when I'm going to be announcing this. Okay, wait a second. Just hold it 1 second. Hold it 1 second. Okay, I'm going to have to, why is it not letting me? Okay. All right, Sue, it's all yours. Sue Kreitzman,
yes,
everyone.
The Colorwalk was an accidental thing, and it became a big thing. And the thing is, Colorwalk, color, yes. Walking, not so much. We walk around the market. We sit and we drink coffee. We walk around the market. We sit and we have a snack. We talk. We're the most welcoming group you will ever see. Every time a new person comes, they're never meant to feel like an alien. We welcome them with open arms, and we are diverse. Every age, from children to 82. We have another member, one of my best friends, she's 86. Every sexuality, every color, every belief system. We are the world. And the only difference between us and the rest of the world is that we dress flamboyantly, very, very flamboyantly. Every one of us. It's incredibly exciting.
All right, so is everybody who come, they're all artists, right? Writers, designers.
Designers, and sometimes just people. We have a guy who was a businessman, and he retired, and he realized what he really wanted to do.
You're talking about Richard Cabey.
No, I'm talking about Chris Freeman.
Oh, Chris Freeman, I know who that is, yeah.
Yeah, and he decided he wanted to dress in flowing silk blouses, and God, he's dapper and flamboyant at the same time, And when he left his job, his colleagues at business said, what happened? What happened to you? You know, and one of them said, Chris, are you gay? And he said, no, I'm not gay. You know, not everybody is gay who wants to dress.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's just, but we have every possible sexuality. People dress how they want, when they want. It's absolutely fantastic.
That is so great.
I'm very proud of my group.
I am too. I mean, I've been following you for, I guess you started, what, 5-6 years ago? Or maybe it's more. Maybe more because of pandemic.
Yeah, probably more.
It's been such a, for me, it's been such a godsend too, because, you know, because I've been a color person for decades. So to meet all of you.
You look like my tribe.
I know. And so I feel, so it's made me feel so much better. And that, you know, just to know that you're all out there, even though it's, I'm on you with you virtually. But one day, I always say, one day I got to be there in person. I mean, I really would love that.
I have had friends from New York and from Australia and from Europe, all who come and join us. One friend, Cometa Pearl, came for almost a week, and she did not want to see Buckingham Palace. She did not want to see, you know, she didn't want to see any of the tourist things. She wanted to see my London. So we went to various artist studios. My friend Mayway made tea for her. Oh my God, what? And we did a color walk, and it just so happened at that color walk, Japanese TV filmed us.
That's great.
On my website. You can see that on my website.
Okay. You have so much. I did do some research, you have so many different videos, right?
We have become so famous completely by accident.
It's amazing. And then Mom Tez, I know, just came out with her book, Hello Rainbow, and you're in there. You did the foreword, and so did Karen Author.
Yeah, you have done your research, yes.
Yeah. Well, I had Mom Tez on my show, so it's like I did all that research with that book, and a lot of you were in there, too, which is really neat, too.
She's a delight, and I always say, well, I am the color queen of the universe. I'm certainly the color queen of London. So she is the color queen, crown princess.
Okay.
And I will pass the baton on to her when I am gone.
Okay. That's great. That's great. Well, I consider myself a queen of color as well, if you don't mind.
Of course
No, it's like I'm part of the whole scene too.
Yeah.
Even if it's virtual. But yeah, New York, I would love to do it, but you're right. We have to find a location that would be the right thing.
New York, and people are busy, and
I know.
somebody just wrote a little story about me, and she said, I wanted my friend to. She was at the Carlton Plaza, that crazy hotel.
Where?
Carlton
Oh,
Plaza.
yeah.
Each room is painted by an artist. It's a very interesting place.
Oh, I didn't know about that. In New York City or London?
No, in New York City.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you more information about that.
Oh, wow.
And their motto is, we ain't the Hollywood. So she wrote a little story about it, and she said she had friends who she wanted them to meet me. And they said, oh, no, it's too far from the Upper West Side. We don't feel like coming down there. They didn't know who Marlena wanted them to meet. And then she said, I got an email from them, and they said, we were in our favorite diner on the Upper West Side. Happened to be my favorite diner, too, the Metro Diner. And this woman came in, and she was dressed in color, and she had big red glasses, and she was smiling, and she had charisma. We felt so lucky just to be in her presence. Marlena said, hey, that was the lady I wanted you to meet.
Oh, wow.
But in New York, you're on the Upper West Side. Maybe you don't want to go to the East Village. Maybe you don't want to go. Just getting people together can be difficult.
Right.
But you can try. And you have to find the right venue.
Right,
And
okay.
you won't be intruding.
Right,
You know,
okay.
If you have a big mob of colorful people, it can be off-putting.
Right.
Spitafields Market, they're used to us.
Okay.
And we are very good for the market because people come and they shop. People come to the market.
Right.
Learn about the market. So, yeah.
So are you, okay, I'll have to think about that and maybe talk some other, you have some friends, I'm sure maybe I could talk to some people
Sure.
who are, you know, the advanced style group, but they're not, some of them are in New York.
Well, yeah, advanced style all over the world.
They're all over,
I
right?
was the second person he photographed.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
When he was just beginning advanced style, I was number 2.
Wow. Huh.
Deborah Rappaport was number 1.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. Now, when did that start?
Oh, gosh.
Like 10 years ago?
Time means nothing to me. Maybe 9 years ago.
Okay.
And he's written 3 books now, and I think he's working on another one now. So,
And the documentary, of course.
he changed the world. He made the world notice us.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
He made them.
I know. It's amazing what he's done. I know. It's incredible.
Ari Seth Cohen.
Right.
Advanced style. He put people like us, and now men as well, into the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
And I am forever grateful to him.
I know, he's amazing. I know the book, the whole movement has been amazing, and it has like Iris Arpel and
Iris Apfel, yeah. It's quite astonishing.
it's exciting. It's an exciting time for women and for us
Yes,
olders.
That's why I always make a point of my age. I mean, what does it mean to be in your 80s? This is what it means. You're lucky enough to have good health, and I had a couple of heart attacks. They killed my father back in the 50s. Things have changed. They take a whole new technology for taking care of people. I am absolutely fine. Yeah, I've got a bad knee in my back. It doesn't matter. I've got hearing aids. So what? It doesn't matter. Here I am vital, I am viable, I am flamboyant.
And you're creating every day.
F's vital, flamboyant.
Uh-huh.
I forgot the third one already.
Okay. No, it's great. You're so inspiring.
Just keep going.
No, you're really inspiring for me. I just feel so grateful because sometimes I feel like I'm old and I'm like, oh,
You're not old.
you know what I'm saying?
You're not old. And I always say, someday I'll grow up, but not quite yet.
Okay.
Not quite yet.
So how did you even get to London originally? Did you have a job over there? How did you all move there years ago?
My husband was offered a position as a research fellow at Cambridge University.
Okay.
And we always loved London.
Okay.
We had spent some time in London in earlier years. And we rode an old beat-up Vespa all over London and ended up in the East End, which I found fascinating. This was back in the mid-'60s. And the East End was very different then. It had become the destination.
So is that a hip place, the East End now?
No, it's incredibly hip. Back then, it was fascinating.
Okay.
Not particularly hip.
Okay.
But I said to him, maybe we'll live here someday. Who knew that was going to happen?
Wow.
So he worked at Cambridge University, and he worked there for many, many years. We originally thought we tried for 2 years. And history happens. We just stayed. My son was 11, so he's essentially grown up there.
Oh.
Yeah, so I can't imagine living anywhere for good. I love being here 3 times a year.
But you're giving up New York. But
I am giving it up.
Yeah, but now
because of the pandemic.
Right. Yeah.
Things have happened.
Right.
But London East End to me is paradise. I'm surrounded by color. I'm surrounded by the street art. People say Bushwick. Come see. Bushwick.
Really?
You think Bushwick is something? You come to the East End of London.
So it's a lot of artists live over there?
Oh gosh, yes. Oh my goodness, yes. And I'm surrounded by color. I'm surrounded by art.
Wow.
I'm surrounded by love.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm very, very lucky. I'm very, very lucky.
But I've heard that London is so expensive. Is it expensive in the East End? It probably is.
It is now.
Yeah, now
when
it
I
is.
first moved there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be this person who talks about real estate and what it would do.
But it was really, yeah.
But
now it's high.
Everywhere is. I mean,
everywhere it is. Everywhere it
is.
is.
A very difficult time.
Right.
But I've got my place. I'm settled. And I mentor younger people and a few older people too. I curate shows of outsider artists and designers. I mean, really, who could ask for anything more?
No, it's amazing. I'm so grateful to meet you in person. I mean, I've been following you, but it's like to be with you. I feel really honored. So seriously, yeah. No, it's really great to meet you in person. Yeah. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, I get to finally meet Sue in real life because it is different than everything virtual,
But thank goodness for Instagram. Thank goodness for Facebook. Thank goodness for the internet. It would have been unbearable through the lockdowns and the pandemic.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. I don't know how people did it 100 years ago.
No, that's what I imagine what it would have been like during other pandemics.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So now at least we had each other online.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was life changing. Really life changing.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to the Easter parade this time because I've been so busy getting this place ready to sell. But usually when I'm here at Easter, I go to the Easter parade.
Yeah, I didn't go this year either. If you had said you were going, I might have gone, just if you were there.
I had too much to do here. But last year and the year before, when we were locked in, I had my own private. I paraded up and down in front of my flat. And my assistant took a picture.
Okay.
Made my hat.
Oh, God.
All by myself.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
But then you put it online, and everybody sees it, and everybody comments.
Exactly. I know, it's great. No, it's great. So when did you start getting into color?
Always. I was born with a
always?
rainbow in my head.
Oh, you were? Okay.
I was born with a rainbow in my
head.
And when I went to kindergarten, right here in Washington Heights.
Okay. Oh, you were brought up in Washington Heights?
Yes, I was born in Washington
Oh,
and spent my first school years in Washington Heights.
okay.
And then when my husband and I got married, we spent the first years of our marriage in Washington Heights. Then we moved to Cambridge, Massachusetts, because he was getting his PhD in MIT. I'm just dropping this to show how brilliant my husband is.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh.
But yes, so kindergarten, and the teacher brought out a battered box of Crayolas. You know, we weren't the first class to use them, but there they were. 64 colors in one box.
I remember the 64 colors, too. Yeah.
I can still smell them. Crayolas today,
Oh, God.
they don't smell the same,
Okay.
because I think that the chemical makeup of them is a little different.
I remember the smell, too.
Yeah, but it's not exactly that. I have a big box of Crayolas on my desk in London. But the smell of it, the look of it, the excitement of smearing the waxy thing on, and I've never gotten over that. I've never gotten over that.
So you were dressing in color even as all these years?
Yeah, and
Oh,
love
I didn't know
color.
that.
I love
Okay.
color. And the house I grew up with was not colorful. It wasn't offensive. It was comfortable, but it wasn't colorful. So when I had my first apartment in 1962 in Washington Heights, just a few blocks down from here, the landlord, first of all, I was working as a school teacher in a school, the same school where I went to kindergarten. And this is considered the inner city. It was quite a job.
Okay.
I loved it. It was not easy, but I loved it. And we got our first apartment on 176th Street, $75 a month, one bedroom, ground floor, fantastic apartment. And the landlord said it was rent control, when he said under the rules of rent control.
Right.
If we paint, it needs painting, if we paint it for you, we have to raise the rent to 76 something. So I said, we'll paint it ourselves. And I painted red walls, I painted yellow walls, and I hung up all the stuff all around.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so proud of it. And I invited my mother to come visit and have lunch. And she looked at the red walls, and she looked here, and she said, you'll get over it.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Okay.
She thought it was a stage.
60 years ago.
Right.
It only got worse.
Right. Oh, God. My parents used to say, oh, it's a stage. Mindy's just going through a stage about whatever I was doing, right?
It's a phase.
It was a
You get
phase.
over
It's
it,
a
yeah.
stage, right? You remember? Yeah. I know. It is funny.
You never got over it.
Oh, God.
So yes, and without color, I would be very depressed. You know, it is just, it's like, and people pass on the street and people are dressed in gray or navy or black,
Right,
and they
right.
look at me and they smile. Mom Taz says the same
Exactly,
thing.
same with
Mom
me.
says- yes, we all, people look,
It's
and they're very
uplifting.
positive, and they think, well, wow, you've made my day. You make me so happy.
Yeah, people say it to me. I know every day. And then my purple hair, the purple hair and the hats and the whole, yeah, right. So I go through the same thing,
Yeah,
like
that's
every
right.
day.
We feel like we're ambassadors of joy.
Yeah.
And it often feels, we're going through bad times now. You think, what is there to be joyful about? But we have this one life.
Yeah.
This is it.
Right.
Let's make something of it. And if we're lucky enough, you know, we're living in peace. Things are dangerous right now. Things are scary.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, it could be a lot worse for us right here.
Right.
And let's make it as good as we can for us and for other people as well. And one of the ways to do it is just ladle color all over the place.
It's true. I agree. And just there's always good going on, no matter what, even with all the tragedies and all the stuff, there's always something good going on. So we have to focus on the
And
good.
there are always good people.
And there's always
doing
good people,
things.
right.
So
So it's about magnifying the good, and the color is uplifting.
it's very uplifting for me as well as for everybody else.
Everybody who
So,
want right.
Since you're filming me, I have to say this. I say it in the public interest. It's very, very important. Don't wear beige. It might kill you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Remember that. I'm doing you a favor by telling you.
Well, can you wear black at all?
You know, black can be very chic, but
I know, right.
please, wear it with
A little
color.
bit. Exactly. Right.
Some jewelry, a scarf. Yes,
That's
black,
what-
and
right.
sometimes I wear black too, but it always has big splashes of color.
Me too. I'm the same way. Like,
Yeah.
I love black, but not all. I mean, so
Not
occasionally.
all black, it looks like funereal.
Right,
Who
right.
died, who
Right.
died. And you're dressed really nicely for a funeral. So, yeah, wear black, but I
But
love
add
red,
color.
big
Me
splashes of
too.
red or turquoise or
I love
whatever.
turquoise.
Just
Yeah.
make it
And purple and
colorful.
black is good.
That's a little funereal.
That's too dark for you.
Yeah, I like purple, but maybe not with black. Okay, we all have our own.
I know, right. I know. But the point is that wearing it with other colors, it's
Yes,
very
it
chic.
makes all the difference in the
Yeah,
world.
right.
I did something at the London College of Fashion. I I dressed lots of the fashion journalists and fashionistas and so on, who all wear black. In fact, this was Ari Seth Cohen was there,
Okay.
and it was filmed.
Okay.
So they would come up, and I would fling color on them, scarves. I put jewelry. I did this. I did that. They said, "Oh, this is fantastic! I love this." Said, well, take a lesson. This is zhuzh yourself up a little bit,
Right.
in your regular life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's great. It's great. And so you create neck shrines, you call
I
them.
call them neck shrines.
Okay.
And they are cultural mashups because I am a huge believer in diversity, having grown up in New York and now living in London. And I believe in togetherness and yet separateness at the same time.
Okay.
We keep our identity, but we welcome everybody, and almost everybody in London and here in New York are in the diaspora, come from somewhere else. If not you, then your grandparents
Right.
or your parents,
Uh-huh.
your great-grandparents. And I want to mash all those identities together. So I use a lot of African art, I use a lot of Mexican art, Spanish, Native American, and I mash it all up into what I call neck shrines. And they are actual shrines to diversity. They tell stories around my neck. And you have to be a brave person to wear one, and you have to have a strong neck. I will wear.
I have a long neck.
I will wear anything around my neck, anything.
Okay.
And it always tells some sort of a story. So, and they are shrines. You're walking around with a shrine. It's sculpture for the neck. And those two were accidental. I started making these quite a long time ago. And it's my thing. It is a thing. And I'm very proud of those as well. I'm really proud of them. And so my husband lives in Cambridge. I live in London. We spend long weekends together.
Okay.
We spend holidays.
Right. Okay.
And he was here in London when I was in London not long ago, and we went out. He was going to take some pictures of me, and I said, "Oops, I don't have a neck shrine on." Is it okay? He says, "I think you're not allowed to go outside without a neck shrine." So I said, "You're right." So
That's great. That's really neat.
that is my signature.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I might have to try one on.
Well, you can try anything on. We'll take pictures.
Yeah, we have to try one on. I think I need to try one with a cat. I saw one.
Yeah, a cat one went to my friend Jane just the other day, but there are probably more cat ones.
Yeah, I think I saw one.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Try it on.
Because I love anything with cats. But they're all amazing. I mean, I'm gonna do with my other equipment. I'm gonna film, go around the museum, around your museum. What do you call it? Is it a museum?
It is a studio, a living place, and a museum of me.
A museum of Sue.
Plus, I have lots of stuff by other people I mentor.
Right.
It's a folk art and outsider art museum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sue Kreitzman, and we are in the Washington Heights, soon to be full-time in the UK.
Yeah. I just have to say a word about Washington.
Okay,
Heights.
okay.
This is where I was brought up.
Okay.
Spent the first years of my marriage. It's way uptown. Many of the maps don't even have us on the map. It's halfway between Harlem and the Bronx, and we refer to it as upstate Manhattan. And the air is better here. The Hudson is right over there, and Fort Tryon Park is right over there, and the air here, don't you think? It is clearer, it's healthier, and it's a very friendly place.
I like it. I've never been up here.
Yeah, so many people haven't.
It's really neat. I'm like coming up here. It's beautiful. The river's here, and people are friendly. I've noticed it's really a neat place.
People are very friendly, and a few years ago I had a friend come up, and she wasn't very well, so I sent a car service to get her. And as she was coming, she lived in Murray Hill, so they were coming driving up, and I'm just thinking, where am I? And she said to the driver, "Are we in Canada?" She had never, ever been up here before.
It's amazing. I mean, I'm so happy that I could come today. I mean, I really like it up here.
Fort Tryon Park is right there. We have very cool restaurants, and nothing pretentious. There's nothing pretentious about this area. I'm sad to leave it, but new chapter.
Yeah.
And I love my life in London.
Yeah,
so
I know you have an amazing life in London.
I can't be.
I know you can't. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a lot to deal with. I know right now.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, but Sue, thank you so much for being willing to do this today and talking about Colorwalk and your life, and you're very inspiring. You really
Thank
are.
you.
I'm so happy to meet
happy
you.
to meet you in real
I
life.
yeah.
The minute you walked in the door, I knew you were one of mine.
Yeah, I know, right, exactly. That's how I feel with you too. I feel like I'm part of your, family. It feels like a family.
It is. It's a tribe.
It is. It's a tribe, and that I feel like I'm part of the tribe. I felt like this the whole time virtually.
Yeah.
But now meeting the founder of the tribe, I feel so fortunate and part of the
I am
whole.
the godmother of this.
You are. I know. Yeah. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did being with her last week. And there's a book. I actually interviewed Momtaz Begum Hossein. Her book, Hello Rainbow, Finding Happiness in Color. And it's an amazing book. It just came out the end of 2021. And Sue actually did one of the forwards. I'm going to read a little. I don't know if I'll read the whole one. We'll see. But it's this is from Sue, artist and curator. A love of color has been with me virtually all of my life. I'm talking color, bright, vivid, and bold. Namby-pamby won't do. I'm an artist, designer, and curator, the color queen of the world. My obsession with color informs all of my work. My motto is, don't wear beige, it might kill you. What's right for you? Look inside your psyche to figure it out. What colors give you a visceral reaction, make you feel clever and beautiful? What color contrasts fill you with glee, raise your heart rate, and ease the depressions, headaches, and annoyances of everyday life? In this book, Momtaz will guide you through the universe of color. It may change your life. The power of color is inestimable. Abandon beige and unrelieved black and prepare for magic. A few personal hints. Everything goes with everything. Clashing colors are good. Go with your gut. Revel in color. Eat it with a spoon. Let it flow through your veins. Surround yourself with colors that bring you joy, make you gleam, and cast a positive glow over your life. Positive glow? More like a slightly hysterical edge of pure glory, but maybe that's just me. She says, black makes other colors pop, a perfect background for your brilliantly colored jewelry and accessories. Pale pastels are for wimps. And I must mention that red is good, very, very good. Be brave, engulf yourself, festoon your life, leap into the world of anti-neutrals. Chromatically charismatic is the only way to live. I love that. It's great. And I love the book. And I hope you enjoyed that forward as much as I did. And so that was a pre-recorded interview. That's why I couldn't get back to anybody. I love the purple hair. Well, actually, my hair now is more blue. Thanks, Abby. And Ellen Levy said she just came back from London last weekend. Abby said earlier, I just got on here. How did you both connect? Well, let's see. How did we connect, Sue? Let's see. My friend Robin Hutchinson years ago was a gallery manager, and we both were doing the show in Yonkers. And she had said to me, you've got to meet Sue Kreitzman. So that's how I found out about her, probably, I don't know, 6 years ago or so. And then I found out about Colorwalk UK from searching Sue. And I found out about the Colorwalk. So I've been, following them for years now. And then I found out that Sue was coming back to New York. And that's how this whole interview happened last week. And because I follow her on Facebook and I knew she was in New York and getting rid of all her stuff. And so I said I wanted to get it. She, wanted to get a necklace and come help her. And so that's how this all unfolded. So thanks for asking. And my hair is actually blue. It's more blue. I guess it's bluish purple. I don't know. Thank you. But I love it too. Thank you. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed my show. Oh, and next week I have another amazing show for you from the UK. I met Jan Skates from Sue, actually. He's on Netflix. Wait, I gotta show you a few pictures from her museum. Sorry about that. I am gonna go off in a minute just to show you some pictures of her Museum of Sue. Hold on one sec. Yeah, I promised that I would, I promised that I would show some pictures from the Museum of Sue, which is soon to be packed up. Okay, so Jan Skates is on Netflix, actually. He's a British floral designer who I met from Sue last week, and he's amazing, and he's so funny and fun and colorful, and hats. He wears hats all the time. He has great sense of style. And he's on this British Netflix show. I don't know if you all know about it, but it's called The Big Flower Fight. And it's a great show. And I want to show you a picture of him in a cartoon form. Hold on one sec. That gives you an idea of him. And so my show will be pre-recorded because I can only do it when he's available. But it'll be Monday, May 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, premiered on YouTube and my Facebook, Princess Well Network. And I will let everyone know, but it'll be really a great show, really fun. He's an amazing guy, super talented. And The Big Flower Fight on Netflix is really great. So we'll be talking about that. If you don't know about it, it's amazing. There's people from all over the world who are florists, and they create these giant bugs and thrones and all kinds of stuff. It's 8 episodes. It's 1 season. I don't know if they're going to do the second season yet or not. But anyway, I'll let you all go if you're still even on, and I'm going to sign off with my credits, my new credits that I just created. And I'll see you all next Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And I love you all. Keep smiling, keep sweet. Join the Smile Revolution. And I'm going to sign off with my new credits. It's called the Smile Revolution that comes, goes round and back to you. So smile, smile, smile.